Well, hi there. Today I want to talk about proper breathing. Now, this is the one key to really singing well. You can have talent, but if you don't have proper breathing, it is going to impact everything you do. Because most people don't practice this. It's not their profession. So breathing correctly while singing isn't something they're thinking about typically. And so you might be one of those persons that's in the situation where you love to sing and you sing well, but you poop out. Your voice gets tired, you can't hit the high notes, you can't sing for long durations, you can't correct tone problems. Maybe somebody says, hey, you're a little pitchy or something like that, and you're just not sure what to do. How about this statement? Hey, breathe from your stomach, breathe from your gut, breathe from your diaphragm. You've maybe heard it, but you're like, I don't have a clue what that means, nor how it works. I'm going to give you a practical tip today on how to start thinking about breathing correctly. Because breathing is all about the proper intake of air, getting enough air in the lungs, and then the proper expulsion of air so that you can move that air out fluidly over the vocal cords and get your voice to do what you want it to do. Now let me say, before I even go down this path, this isn't a one-session fix. This isn't a 2-minute diagram and then you're like, I've got it. I know how to breathe correctly. I finally figured it out. Maybe you were in choirs or some things like that and you've heard some things, but you've kind of forgotten about them. And over the years, you don't remember what to do. That's what I want to help you with. But I will tell you this takes time. As a matter of fact, it takes a lot of time. But eventually, the goal, if proper practice is incorporated, is that you will breathe correctly without even thinking about it. So let me just give a very brief analogy here of what I'm trying to accomplish. When I take a breath and I open my mouth, we'll talk about that even later, of how to properly open your mouth, can you believe it? And get that air in. What my body needs to do with that air is to not trap it so that I can't get it back out. It is to be used correctly to push back out. That's what my body is going to do. So we talk about that breathing from the diaphragm. Well, your diaphragm can't breathe. It doesn't store air. Air is stored here in your lungs. But when I take a breath, the natural tendency for me, if I'm not even thinking about it, and probably you, just take a big breath right now, is this. You take a big breath, shoulders move, chest expands, let the air out, shoulders drop, chest kind of collapses, and you do it again. Think about that. We're going to change that all around. Complete opposite thinking. That actually when I take a breath, my stomach expands, and when I let go of the breath, my lung or my chest expands. So you can kind of see this a little bit here. So the concept of breathing from your diaphragm is actually getting your mind to talk to your stomach here, this part of your body. I'm just going to call it the stomach. It's the simplest thing. And trying to get this to work together so that your mind is controlling what happens when you do take a breath. So even though I take a breath and it comes into my lungs, my stomach goes out. All right? And we'll talk about the proper motion that actually we use when that stomach goes back in, because what we're trying to do is push the air out through the lungs. So there's got to be some way of being able to do that. So here's your very simple technique for today. You're like, okay, I don't quite get that. Now I'm not going to demonstrate it here because I can't get down on the floor. But I want you to get a book. Get a book, doesn't matter what size, big enough that you feel like you can see it, and lay down on your back. Put that book on your stomach, and then take a breath. You're going to breathe naturally. We have breathed, God gave us the ability to breathe correctly. And when we were born and as babies and when we sleep now at night, we breathe correctly. Our stomach expels, our stomach contracts. Expels, contracts. That's the proper breathing technique. And I don't know if you can see it here. I'm kind of the demonstrator model. Some people are so in shape you can't even see if their stomach moves, but out, in, out, in. That's lesson 1 of many, many lessons on proper breathing technique. And we're going to try and hit this hard over the next several sessions. And if you have any questions, anything's confusing, make sure to drop a note in the comments section and let me know.